Minasan, welcome back for another round of trailer reactions. It's fighting night, yes, fighting night. We got Elena gameplay trailer from Street Fighter 6 and 4 game spotlights from the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. They just threw them all out there. It's pretty awesome. Very excited to see Elena in Street Fighter 6. I'm not sure if she came out yet. I think she probably already came out. I'm a little late to the party, aren't I? Well, it's alright. No. She's coming out June 5th, right? Yeah, she's coming out June 5th when the Switch 2 gets released. That's right. So, wow, we got a long way to go, but we're going to see how exactly she works. And then we're going to go through each of the spotlights of Capcom Fighting Collection 2, the sequel to Capcom Fighting Collection 1. I'm very excited to get that. It's coming out this month. Very excited to get that. I mean, man, good on Capcom for really, releasing so many of their classic fighting games. I know they couldn't get all of them, like, say, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. They couldn't get all of them. But the fact that they were able to get Disney, to let them compile Marvel vs. Capcom into one whole cartridge, into one whole collection, is a phenomenal feat. And I don't believe we're going to ever see that again. We're not going to see that again. So I would say, especially if you're a Switch owner or a Steam owner, if you got the whole thing, especially if you're a Switch owner and you got the cartridge, the physical editions, yeah, hold that to your chest very tightly. All these collections, these fighting game collections, because this ain't gonna happen again. I don't believe it's gonna happen again. Maybe Mega Man. They've been moving Mega Man since the 3DS. They had it on on 3DS, then they moved it to the Switch. I think they did also the Wii U. But yeah, Capcom's been hitting it out of the park with their collections, and they really curate it nicely. And so I'm not sure if Capcom Fighting Collection 2 will be the last one, but if there's a Capcom Fighting Collection 3, that'll be amazing. I would love to know what those fighting games are that they hadn't released yet. But nevertheless, it's a great day to be a fighting fan. And this is a great month, May and of course June, with Season 2 ending, because that means that they'll be coming out with Season 3. That means that we'll be soon seeing announcements for Season 3, and I would love to know if Makoto's going to be in Season 3. I want my girl. I want my main. In Street Fighter 6, I want my main. But in the meantime, I don't want to waste too much time and get on with the event. So, call to action, comment, like, subscribe, follow, and hit the notification bell, and let us begin the reactions. Capcom.
Taking a life and giving life? Fighting and living? I wasn't looking to fight to the death.
I don't know how I feel about the English voice actress. Reniala remains. Ooh.
What do you say? How about you dance with me?
Is that her taunt? That's cool. Whoa, she slid right around it. She's got an evasive move. I'm loving the capoeira moves. It's oh, music is nice. She drinks an energy drink. Oh, classic Street Fighter 3. Oh, I like that they paired her up with Street Fighter 3 veteran Akuma. Oh, that was sweet. That cross up. Oh, that looked sweet. Oh, I love that she juggled.
That was no sweat at all.
Wow.
It's time to party. Healing.
No, they brought the healing. I can't believe they brought the healing. Ah, she heals. You have any idea how annoying it is when she heals? That's her critical art 3, huh? That's her critical art 3 at yellow. Keep that in mind. That means that it's at yellow. Oh no! When she's at critical art 3 on yellow, she can regain all that after you. Wow. How much health does she heal? That's insane. No, that's insane. Oh my gosh. But wow, man, the stage is pretty gorgeous, especially with the full moon. Look at the hue. You can see the stars. It's really nice. I like that. I like that. And her moves are spectacular. Her crush counters were sweet. That looked like she could do that in the air. Let me see here. Oh, no. Okay. She just launches up in the air, just like DJ does. Man, please be a taunt. That's a cool taunt. That evasion is tight. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That is a very tight evasion. Also, that is very good evasion there. I like that. She slides in. Okay, it looks like a grapple. She's got a grapple. All right. And then she kicks you off. So she's got a command throw. So that means that so if that's that makes sense if that's her command throw, because that means it's evasive. Yeah, okay. That would make sense. That's a normal. That's definitely a normal. Gosh, man, they really captured the capoeira very nicely. And all of her classic moves. Now that is an amazing evasion right there. Just slide right under all that. I wonder if it's like the hooligan combo. I wonder if that's like the hooligan combo. You slide under, similar to Cammy's hooligan combo. You slide in, but then you have options to choose for an attack. Like you could do that, but do other type of moves. That's a good follow through. Wow. Wow, that's actually an amazing punish there. Energy drink. Classic Street Fighter 3. That was pretty impressive there. She just blocked that fireball. Yep. She went into a parry. I just realized that. Alright, so she's sliding in. Okay, so oh my gosh, so it is like the hooligan combination. So instead of going under, if you get caught off guard, you can actually parry while you're in recovery. Yeah, looks like yeah. Oh man. Chat room says, I like how they applied some of the more realistic moves from capoeira to her moveset, including grapples, as we do have grappling capoeira. It's not just as famous as the jumps. Yeah, it's Brazil in the house. Brazil can confirm. Yeah, they did a great job. Really great job translating her moveset from Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 6 and made it a lot more smooth. Chat says that Akuma jump and block move, but now it is a roll and block. Yeah, it is definitely. From what I'm seeing here, I'm gonna look at this now. Let me go to. Let me just go back here when she did that evasive move. Where is it? Was it this one? Yeah, right here. So yeah, it's that move. So it's definitely a hooligan combination type of move. Yeah, that's definitely a hooligan combination move. She rolls in. Chad's a practitioner of capoeira. Oh, that is awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, that's definitely a hooligan combination type move she's got because she went into a parry from there. Like you could come up short and then break into a parry easily. That makes perfect sense. There's her Street Fighter 3 move, and then followed that up. Yeah, they're showcasing her Street Fighter 3 attacks here. They're all present and accounted for. That's pretty cool. So we got to see her new moves in the first in her fight with DJ, and now we're seeing that she's got all her classic moves. That is such an amazing cross up. Look at that jump. Look at that 1, 2. That's a 2-piece crossover. Oh my gosh, that's dangerous. 1, 2. Wow. That's rare to see a cross up that could 2-piece 1, 2 like that. 1, 2, and then follow that through nicely. That's pretty impressive. Really like that. Oh, and another evasion right there. She's yes, that's evasive. Yeah, she's got an evasion. She's got plenty of evasive moves. That's pretty scary. Really like the critical arts here. Just juggle the feet. The biggest question is the command input. If she gets easier command input than a hooligan combination, then it would be great as the move is ground based. It looks like it is ground based. I think it's going to be the same as Terry. Terry's tackle, his shoulder tackle, because he slides like that. He slides in the ground and goes, but it's just one straight move. It looks like she's got a hooligan combination from that. From the way this looks, and it should, and if that's the case, it should be the same command as Terry's shoulder tackle when he crouches down, roll, and then and goes in. If they did it like that, then she's gonna be very dangerous. She'll be a good counter to Cammy. Actually, when you think about it, she'll be a great counter. She'll be tough. She would definitely be a meta to Cammy's hooligan combination. Yeah, the power charge. That's it. Thank you. Power charge is the name of it. If her command is anything like power charge and has the hooligan combination, then she's a total meta against Cammy. Cammy players are going to have a tough time because if they try to because they always like to lean in on the hooligan combination and Elena does her version of the hooligan combination. She could switch it up and go up kick, do like a do one of her rising kicks while Cammy's still spinning in the air, and that's it. Cammy's countered. Yeah, that would be crazy if that's the case. She'll be a perfect meta. Also, her healing is back. I can't believe that her healing is back. And they put that in her critical art 3, which is freaking scary. It is very scary. That's in her yeah, because this is where she says healing. Oh man, that's crazy. That they brought back healing. We will know for sure if Cammy ends up getting projectiles as a response for this. That means it worked. That's true. Yeah, you're right. That would be crazy if that ends up happening. uh, uh, so let's go into Game Spotlight trailer number 1, Capcom Fighting Collection 2. I barely read that.
Yeah, come on. Everybody come alive real quick. Battle of the strong, survival of the fit. Take your best shot. Hope you don't
Project
miss.
Justice, Plasma Sword. I got those on the Dreamcast. Akira. Hinata. Crush Bilstein's ambitions. Yeah, these games need a little bit more love. Head to the training mode and hone your skills and use the museum to view development materials and listen to the original soundtrack. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. Oh, they got some extra stuff here. Oh, pre-order the bonus soundtrack. Bonus songs for gallery mode. Like soy sauce for geese. Arranged by Cap Jams. Rival Schools medley. Buy a limited edition of the game and get an original comic set in the Capcom universe. From Udon. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You still have your copy of the first Star Gladiator game? That's awesome, chat. Yeah, Capcom needs to put more love into the Star Gladiator series. Plasma Sword. And Project Justice. Like, these are some awesome games. You know? Batsu, playing Batsu in Tatsuno vs. Capcom was just really awesome. I wasn't feeling Kyosuke in the SNK game, vs. Capcom games, but this needs some love. Just look at this, man. Just look at this. This is exactly how it is in Street Fighter V when you play Akira, just like that. Just air combo your opponent and knock him down to the air. I hope she comes back. They should bring her back for Street Fighter 6. She was really good. I think she's doable. Then you get the guts up and everything. The whole team attack. It gets even more weirder and funnier when you have the right combinations. Watching your teammates swimming around with what's his name before the damage happens. It gets weirder and weirder. Plasma Sword is definitely a tight game. Really love playing it on the Dreamcast. Very well. Again, very good 3D fighters. Capcom's really good with the 3D fighters. Chat says, we regularly gather locally to play many fighting games. Most end up being Capcom's, but also SNK. From Rival Schools to Gao Kaiser, we play it all. But yeah, if they did a Capcom Collection 3, I hope it's it'll be the ones that they hadn't released in the US. I think it's got great potential. To do a third one, even if it's they already did put how you say, the Japanese language version of Super Street Fighter 2 in the Capcom Fighting Collection 1, the Grandmaster Challenge. I see no reason why they can't do that. Chat says, I wish the more unique characters would join, like Roberto, the soccer player, or Nagare, the swimmer. Those have funny, crazy moves. I agree. I'm still shocked, though, that all the years of Marvel vs. Capcom, they never legitimately tapped into Rival Schools or Rival Schools, really, because they did have Star Gladiator represented and the others, but they never did Rival Schools for Marvel vs. Capcom. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, we got the Batsu, but It would have been nice to have seen Batsu and Akira in Marvel vs. Capcom. They would have been a perfect fit, the two of them, and they had the right type of movesets and combos. Mm, and I don't even know why not. I mean, it's already way out there as it is. With regards with the lineup. I mean, they had MODOK. They somehow made MODOK work in Marvel vs. Capcom. You know what I'm saying? I think Capcom needs to cool it with the dark themes and just throw the characters in. You know what I'm saying? Like they did with Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I mean Marvel vs. Capcom 2, sorry. Chat says, I wonder if there are legal problems with that, as it was a multiplayer project, multiple multimedia project with manga. No, Capcom owns this. Capcom owns Rival Schools. Capcom owns Rival Schools. There's no, I don't think they're bound by it whatsoever. I think they can, so they can release the games again, but not use the characters in anything else for some reason. The only licenses that I know of that they can't tap into is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. They definitely not going to be able to get that. I believe because it's a Jump series. It's a Jump series, and Jump has been letting Bandai take care of the Jump games. Like they gave them the exclusives, I think, to do the Jump fighting games. With a few exceptions, like Arxis, Capcom would have to fork a lot for JoJo to re-release JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. At least they remember for those compilations. Yeah, true. They're definitely never going to get Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. That's a North American property license. I don't know who's got it, but they definitely there's definitely no way they're going to ever get that. As far as I'm aware of. It's a miracle. Like I said, it's a miracle that they convinced Disney to let them compile and put the Punisher in the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. Chat says, yes, Capcom would need to get a license to release their own game. Really? They have to get their own license? Huh. Let me see. Rival Schools. Are they in a similar situation to what happened with I wonder if they had a similar issue. Yeah, we're never gonna see Tatsunoko vs. Capcom ever again. That's for dang sure. I mean, they had to remove Hakusho Damayo for the North American release. That's how bad that that's how harsh that was. Yeah, no, they got no Power Stone and Rival Schools is theirs. It's totally their property. Yeah, that's their property. They got control over that. But what this chat here said? The author of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs disappeared completely from public life, making it even more difficult. Yeah. For JoJo, I mean, they would have to pay to use JoJo again, even though the game is theirs. And since Bandai owns Jump, they will probably want Namco to get a profit from that too. Yeah, no, they're never gonna get JoJo's. Again. Capcom would have to fork over one heck of a money to pull that off. Licenses is extraordinarily difficult. Oh, that's interesting. I just thought of something, but that's not the concern right now. The concern right now is that we gotta go into trailer number 2. Now, by it's Capcom. Maybe if they buy Capcom, if one or the other buys Capcom, well, no, no, it can't be the other way around. Well, no, because if Capcom buys Bandai, they get the Jump catalog too, since Bandai owns Jump. But if Bandai buys Capcom, they could totally do the JoJo's game, the JoJo's arcade game, in a whole new collection. They would totally be able to pull that off. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. So let's go on to our next trailer. Trailer number 2 of Capcom Fighting Collection, the Spotlight trailer. If it's gonna be anything like the Capcom Fighting Collection 1 Spotlight trailer, we're probably gonna see the same ending to the whole thing. It happens. So let's see here, and check this out. Oh, it means Capcom.
Kaboom when I step in the room. Better get up out my way because you know how I do. In my groove, and you know that I never lose. Hit a 1-2
Power
shot.
Stone, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Alpha. Man, fantastic. I'm surprised this didn't get in Marvel vs. Capcom. Choose your ism in this refined version of Street Fighter Alpha 3, the definitive edition. 35 characters. The best of the whole Alpha series. Dang. I really like that they show the hit boxes and hurt boxes. Yo, that's a remix. Oh, yeah, the bonus soundtrack. They cannot be played during gameplay. That's disappointing. And of course, the comic book. That's very disappointing. Let's see. So, yeah, good old Power Stone 1. I mean, you want to talk about selling people on a game. This was it. It's just amazing. Especially with up to 4 players. It was so amazingly chaotic and so inventive. I'm very disappointed that they didn't continue on with Power Stone after this, because this was just fantastic. And of course, they got the definitive Alpha 3. Definitely got none of this going on my Dreamcast version. I'm very curious how the upper works. It looks very refined indeed. Just look at all that crazy punching and everything. Really, really crazy. Chat says the second game was our alternative to Smash Brothers for over 2 years. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's Street Fighter Alpha 3, and it looks very clean in terms of the combat. Look at that. And I just noticed that they added in the a guard meter here. I don't remember this in Street Fighter Alpha 3. I'm not sure if this is new or if they improved on it, or if this is something that they improved on. Chat says the main problem to see for all those dead series is the fact they released them on the Dreamcast and sold poorly. Yeah, they should not have based it around Dreamcast. Sega really screwed that system up. Let me see how Power Stone looks on. It definitely looks good on the Switch, pixelation and all. You could really see all the pixels, all the flames. It looks, yeah. I mean, it still looks like it holds up. Chat says you can see it. You can see it on all of them: Rival Schools, Power Stone, Plasma Sword, all for the Dreamcast. When people were saving money for the PS2, yeah, I was very fortunate. I'm glad I picked the Dreamcast. Quite honestly, I'm very glad that I picked the Dreamcast because I got to have those cool fighting games, and was very fortunate to have finally found the arcade stick for the Dreamcast because now I can actually play the fighting games with the arcade stick instead of the controller. Yeah. Street Fighter Alpha 3 definitely shows some refinement. I've noticed certain things that I didn't see on the Dreamcast version. It's very, very pixelated, of course. Looks like it's arcade perfect, though I have a weird feeling they probably might have made some adjustments in the whole thing. In turn, you know, like they went into the coding and just made some quick model adjustments. Prepare for Hong Kong to be replaced with China. But definitely can't wait to get back into playing Power Stone again. That was just such an exciting game that they did. Although I don't remember it being in the arcade, but I guess Capcom is not concerned themselves with the arcade part. Chat says, at the time, I was so disappointed that those games didn't come to PS1 or 2, which were the ones I had. I wouldn't buy a Dreamcast for a few games, so I ended up playing at a friend's house. But everyone wanted those games, just not the console due to the price. I got lucky. Not only was the Dreamcast price dropped, but also came packed in with the Sega Smash Pack, Volume 1. So I got to have a whole bunch of games packed in with it. That made it easy for me to scoop up. But everyone wanted those games, just not due to those console prices. And then I was just scooping up as many fighting games as I was able to find. It was very fantastic because there was no loading times. That was what was so fantastic about the Dreamcast. No loading times on those fighting games. I still remember X-Men vs. Street Fighter on PlayStation 1. It was like here's the Capcom screen that says Capcom, loading. Then you get the whole entire animation screen, loading. Then the title, then you had the title screen. Then you hit start, loading, menu. Everything was just loading one after another. Every time it switched, the scenes, switched, just kept on loading and loading. I'm like, are you crazy? How could you release a product like that on the PS1? I thought the PS1 was supposed to be, hardcore and all this, and you're dropping in these crazy loading sequences. Chat says over here, everyone that I know was saving money for the PlayStation 2, so even the price drop wasn't enough. People really wanted to play a new version of Tekken, Gran Turismo, and Final Fantasy. Don't really blame them. I don't blame them at all. Alright, let's move on to the next trailer, number 3 of Capcom Fighting Collection. Let's see what they're spotlighting this time.
A new challenger is among us.
They can take it high, I can take it much farther.
Fast with the hands, Honda.
Power Stone 2, Capcom Fighting Evolution. I have not played Power Stone 2 at all. That's right. This one had the 4-player mode. Power Stone 1 was 2 players. I can't wait to play Power Stone 2 for the first time. That's the one fighting game I missed out on. Yeah, this one. I've heard bad things about this. I've never played this before. And it really shows. I love that they used the fist and foot symbol for the O's. And of course the bonus soundtrack, which you cannot play during gameplay. And of course the comic book. So yeah, I never got a chance to play Power Stone 2. I'm glad that I'll get that chance in this collection. It's gonna be so awesome. Of course, I gotta get more people to play. I'm gonna need to get more people to play, but this is definitely Smash Brothers before this. Just before the Smash Brothers. No, when did Smash Brothers came out? Came out around the time as Power Stone 2, didn't it? Right? Chat says the Power Stone 2 is the one we play a lot. Finally, is playing boring and ugly. It really is boring and ugly. Man, just look at how Smash Brothers this was. Imagine if Capcom had had made this. You got Power Stone 2, right? But they used this whole format, but they threw in the Street Fighter characters, the Rival School characters. Just make it their own Smash Brothers with the Power Stone engine. Imagine how awesome that would have looked. You know what I'm saying? All the fighting game characters in Power Stone type engine like this whole entire design. That would have been straight up to Smash Brothers. There's Smash Brothers right there. Chat says, at the time, the only guy who had a Dreamcast over here had Power Stone 2, and we played it in Soul Calibur every single day with the whole crew and friends. Yeah, it's Soul Calibur was definitely a benchmark of how you can really translate an arcade game into a console release and putting in so many stuff. And they got some new characters too. I can't wait to see these new characters. Make a 3D Arena Power Stone Capcom crossover. Yes, it has to happen. But Fighting Evolution, just from what I'm looking at it, it's reminding me of two things. Because I see artwork that does not blend well together. Like, the background's ugly. This is terrible. It looks so blurry. But I'm looking at the sprite work of the characters here. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Street Fighter 3 artwork here. Also, why is Udian split down the middle here? Why has it got this whole split right down here? It looks like he got sliced in half. And they put him back together again. Right here in the center. Yeah, you could really see the difference in sprite work. And I point this out because it reminds me of two things. Two things. One, Salty Bet. If you ever seen the Mugen Salty Bet, which I think is still running to this day, where they have different types of sprite work, fighting game characters, but with different sprite works fighting each other. So you got like Mortal Kombat character with the Mortal Kombat sprite taking on Street Fighter 2 Ryu with his Street Fighter 2 sprite. You got it looks like that. The other game is Angel Eyes. If you ever played Angel Eyes, I have played Angel Eyes. You could check it out here on the channel. It's one of the most weirdest fighting games that was designed I've ever seen. Not a very well designed game, but somehow it's functional. And their sprite work is so different from one another. One is completely CGI sprite while taking on a 2D anime style sprite. That's how out there Angel Eyes is. And for Capcom to do this, from what I'm seeing here, the difference in the sprite artwork, this is definitely the Alpha 3 engine here on Dimitri. Over here with Dimitri. And then this one here is a whole different sprite work. I don't even know what this Nautilus looking creature is. Where's he from? But you can really see just how not good this is. Chat says, also Power Stone has many random factors that I love for the mess they make, like falling from an airship and having only 3 items to avoid damage from the fall. One player will always get the damage. Their sprites, their sprites as good for the games they came in, but it is so cut and paste in this game, in Capcom Fighting Evolution, that they clash when put together. Yeah, you gotta see it. You gotta see Angel Eyes. If you see Angel Eyes, you'll see what I mean, and that's what I'm getting out of that. That's very disappointing. You know, I never thought Capcom would do something like that. You know, mesh it together that way. I'm not sure what got them there. Those creatures are from Red Earth, the other CPS3 game. Yeah, because it looks like they got it's like they combined CPS 3 engine with CPS 2 engine. With what was the engine on Street Fighter 3? I forgot what the engine was. Yeah, they just mixed all the engines together. It's weird. Red Earth itself is fun. Yeah, I believe that's on. Wait a second. That's in Capcom Fighting Collection 1. Yes, it's in Capcom Fighting Collection. So that's something I'll have to revisit again and take a look at. I think the Japanese name is Warzard. Yes, that's the one. That's in Capcom Fighting Collection. That's something I'm gonna have to revisit and see, because I don't remember seeing this big one here. So let's close this one out with trailer number 4 from Capcom Fighting Collection 2.
All the way from LA to Osaka. Yeah, you best believe that I'm gonna do you proper. It's a showdown right now, better watch out.
Of course, Capcom vs SNK. The dream match, everyone is here. Capcom and SNK's best fighters are ready to go.
Brace yourself.
Create your own dream team of up to 4 fighters. Man, one of the things I love about SNK is those freeze frames. Like... And the dream match continues. Mark of the Millennium. I'm glad that they went with Mark of the Millennium 2001. With 6 grooves. Rock Lee. As usual, all the fun stuff. I never really fully explored the extra stuff, quite honestly. Give them credit though, they sure didn't leave her out from Fighting Evolution. So it's not much to say about the Capcom vs SNK. It's classic. You know, they're both classic. It looks like they're using the Millennium Fight 2000 Pro and the 2001. I'm sure that probably will offer different modes. Not sure why I got this in the blank screen. Capcom vs SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro. So yeah, they're using the more later versions of the of both Capcom. No, that's the thing. They're not using the EO. I realized that the one because I was thinking of the GameCube, and that one is EO. But I'm wondering if they're gonna offer up different variations of Marvel vs. Capcom and Capcom 2. So like they'll have the EO version in this. Saying even though it says Pro, but they'll probably just say Marvel vs. SNK. Whatever version it is. Same with here. So this is like Mark of the Millennium 2001. I'm wondering if they'll also include the EO version from GameCube. Because there were some slight differences between the two, if I remember correctly. Because or else they wouldn't put the term EO on it, and they would just called it that. Mark of the Millennium 2001. Yeah, these look like they hold up very well. You know, like very good stuff there. It also helps that we ended up with Capcom vs SNK and Street Fighter 6. That's pretty awesome. You know, Capcom's been has been pretty awesome with the fighting games these past couple of years. You know, since Street Fighter 6 basically. You know, and they're doing look at that. It just really holds up. Except for that polar bear. That polar bear looks weird. That polar bear is a little out of place. Looks all disjointed. But nevertheless, it's gonna be very exciting to be able to play Capcom vs SNK. I do have it on my Dreamcast, and I got 2 EO on the GameCube. But to have them all compiled is gonna be fantastic. Just look at this, man. Look at this. It's so good. Yeah, the let me see the van again. Yeah, the van is good. Although I'm surprised it doesn't hit anybody. The way it just drives out. Good variety. And again, I just love the freeze frames from SNK. There's something. It's very punchy. You know what I'm saying? It's very punchy that they just freeze there and then you see that flash happening like this. Look at that. Just look at that. Just like right in. And then you start hitting. I just love that. It's got a nice kick to it. And being able to play both the first one and the second one is pretty awesome. This is Kyo. Yeah. Just like that. It's got a good. It's very good and meaty. It's too bad they couldn't continue on. You know what I mean? I mean they did do an SNK versus Capcom. I picked it up. Yeah, very bad balancing issues. But yeah, it'd be nice if they do a number 3. You know what I'm saying? Capcom vs SNK 3. I would love to see that happen. Especially considering that they did Street Fighter. They got the Cherry and Mai in Street Fighter 6. I say go all in. do a third one. And this time actually bring more fighters from Capcom instead of just majority Street Fighter. I say do that. Overall, Capcom Fighting Collection 2 is another great set of is another great collection. You know, saying plenty of solid games. Power Stone 1, Power Stone 2. Capcom vs SNK 1 and 2. You get the Street Fighter 3 Upper, the definitive edition. You know, it's of course got the outlier. You know, you got the outlier in Capcom Fighting Evolution, but I guess you can't win them all. Not everything can be perfect, you know. But this is definitely again a rare opportunity to really have a very comprehensive fighting collection of Capcom's games, and I would say don't pass this up. I definitely don't want to pass this up. I'm hoping I could get it. I really do hope I could get my hands on it because it's gonna be very tough. You know, it's always those second games that becomes tough to get, but nevertheless, it is another solid collection, compilation, and being able to get to play Capcom Fighting Evolution for the first time and seeing what makes it so bad, and then seeing Power Stone 2, get to play Power Stone 2 to see what makes it so great, and revisiting Capcom vs SNK, both 1 and 2. I'm very excited for it. I'm extremely excited for it, and I can't wait to get it. It's gonna be fantastic. Yeah. And then I'm gonna have one heck of a fighting game collection between Marvel vs. Capcom arcade collection, the Capcom Fighting Collection 1, and the Street Fighter 30th anniversary collection. Like this is all on the Switch, on the go. You know, that's a fighting fan's dream right there, man. To have it all in one go, man. All on one shot right there, you know. Along with some of the fighting games that they also put in the Capcom Stadium, arcade stadiums 1 and 2, they did throw in a couple of fighting games that's not in the compilations. That's a big haul, you know. That's a big gain, very big gain. So until then, you know, head on over to Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com and grab yourself a copy of The Impossible Man, a strange fantasy novel written by me. You'll find links to the book down in the description below, along with links to other merchandise, pins, stickers, t-shirts, music. Enjoy the products. Thank you for your patronage. And if you have a copy of The Impossible Man and did a lore video on it, thank you very much. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. And if you're interested, you could join me on my live multi-stream on Twitch and Kick every Monday through Thursday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I do trailer reactions from time to time, cultural studies, lore research, gaming, and more gaming. So until the next set of trailer reactions, thank you all for joining me, and I wish you all a good night. Buenas noches, and oyasumi nasai.